Over 1,000 members of Isuaniocha community holds peaceful protest in front of Government House, Awka. Nigerian Army collaborates with British government on personnel training and equipment acquisition. Chinese government protests against Japan's disposal of treated nuclear water into Pacific Ocean. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Mwokoye. Now, Anambra State Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, says one of the aims of incorporating basic life-saving BLS skills into her Healthy Living School Club manual is to check growing apathy towards common emergencies and stop avoidable deaths that occur as a result of such actions. Mrs. Soludo, who explained this in Awka when she hosted the first batch of secondary school students on training for the BLS skills, explained that most households' emergencies have often led to fatal outcomes because people around do not have elementary knowledge to tackle them on time. She noted that by teaching students and their teachers the basics of the program, they would help to expand the knowledge beyond the school walls and homes and become first responders to emergencies around their environment. While explaining that parts of the lessons mode for BLS training include teaching the students what to do in the event of seizure, collapses, electrocution, heart attacks, fractures, and other serious injuries and cardiovascular problems. Mrs. Soludo promised to use her school clubs to domesticate the knowledge in all Anambra schools. The governor's wife further stated that students who have carefully followed the exercise would end the current bystander apathy syndrome during emergencies, which mostly lead to preventable deaths. She added that with the introduction of emergency response number 112 into the state, emergency situations could be significantly reduced, while a working link would have been established between the students and professional safety responders. Other pillars of Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo initiative include nutrition, physical fitness, hygiene, mental and reproductive health. People of Isuaniocha community in Awka North local government area have staged a peaceful protest at the Anambra State Government House in Awka, demanding for urgent intervention of Governor Chukwuma Soludo and the crisis ravaging the community, as well as withdrawal of certificate of recognition issued to Barrister Sylvester Mbora Ngini as the traditional ruler of the town, claiming that he was imposed on them as their traditional ruler. The peaceful protest saw the turnout of over 1,000 members of the Isuaniocha community, including the youths, young men and women, as well as the aged. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
During the protest, the people were seen with placards with inscriptions such as Isuaniocha needs peace, not Igwe. Governor Soludo, please listen to our cry. Isuaniocha do not need youths who sell our land. Isuaniocha has suffered prolonged period of crisis caused by Chikodle and Ara. Chikodle and Ara should stay clear of Isuaniocha. Isuaniocha needs peace, not war. Speaking through the caretaker President General of Isuaniocha Community, Mr. Frederick Egunwa, the protesters appealed for immediate intervention of Governor Soludo in the long-lasted crisis of the town, which they said started in the year 2018, after some portions of the community secondary school land were allegedly sold by the then Awka North Local Government Area Transition Committee Chairman, Mr. Cosmos Okonkwo, in collaboration with Mr. Chikodle Anara, the Commissioner for Homeland Affairs, and others. pointing out that if the government does not do the needful to restore peace in Isuanocha, more lives and property will be lost.
Since 2018, we have been having crisis, and these crises have led to many destructions of properties and lives. And recently, they conducted an election of Igwe in crisis, which has never been done in Isuanocha. Isuanocha community has a process of choosing their king, their Igwe. It's not by election.
Some of the people who spoke during the outing, including the eldest man in Isuanocha community, Chief Raphael Okeke, a 75-year-old elder Obieke Okoye, Mrs. Chinyere Woeke, and Mr. Moses Emebo, while saying that such crisis has never been witnessed in the history of the community, acknowledged the quality leadership style of Governor Chukwuma Soludo since his assumption of office, pleading that he address the Isuanocha crisis with his fatherly wisdom and allow peace and justice to prevail in the interests of the children, youths, women, men, and elderly who are presently in hopeless and helpless situation in the community, even as they re-emphasized that what Isuanocha needs presently is peace and not Igwe, as they have continued to lose their loved ones and properties to crisis. Addressing the people on behalf of the state government, the Special Assistant to the Governor on Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Fidelis Nnazo, commended them on their peaceful conduct during the protest and assured them of the government's immediate intervention on the issues, as he reminded them that the administration of Professor Chukwuma Soludo loves peace and has continued to do the needful to restore peace in all the warring communities in the state. From Government House in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
In a show of magnanimity and appreciation, IG Agro Health and Academic Foundation have given scholarships and cash prizes to Team Anambra, who represented Nigeria at the 2023 International Debate Competition in Malaysia. Each member of the debate team was presented with a comprehensive scholarship running from their current level of study to the university level and a cash prize of 100,000 naira. Additionally, a healthcare scheme was provided to support their well-being, while the state debate coordinator, Mrs. Amaka Anekwe, received the cash award of 1 million naira. The team's coaches, Mr. Chigozie Udoji and Mr. John Onuibo, were also awarded a cash prize of 500,000 naira respectively. The event took place at the conference hall of the Ministry of Education, Udoji's State Secretariat Complex, Awka, in a ceremony witnessed by directors of the Ministry of Education and many education enthusiasts. Chief Ignatius Agowo, the visionary behind the foundation, announcing the scholarship package to the recipients, expressed his gratitude to Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, for fostering an enabling environment for education in the state. Reacting, the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chukwuma, lauded Chief Ignatius Agowo for his philanthropic initiatives, emphasizing his significant role in providing educational opportunities through its scholarship scheme to hundreds of students who would have dropped out of school due to financial challenges. She commended the foundation for undertaking and completing the renovation work at Ezike High School, Nibo, which underscores its commitment to holistic educational development. Our New Yam festivals are times when people appreciate God for the gift of life and bountiful harvest. To Ndienugunanka in Orumba North local government area, it is a time to dine with God and their ancestors, and a time to remind them that they are starting a new year. Our correspondent Ngozi Obilere covered Enugunanka New Yam Festival and now reports.
The Ezokwe Ezofo Palace in Enugu-Nanka was decorated to fit the festival alongside various artifacts. At the appointed time, all the kindreds that make up the village arrived in their numbers to be part of the event, where the first son of the late Igwe Gilbert Okomata, Prince Chijioke Okomata, prayed for long life, multiplication, bumper harvest, good health, and many goodies upon them. The event kicked off when Prince Okomata, flanked by cabinet members, danced to a royal drum round the arena in a dignified manner. Soon after, Prince Okomata performed cutting and eating of the new yam as he called on God and their ancestors. With that done, other kindreds followed suit as many other dishes and assorted drinks were served. Speaking to the ABS, a senior cabinet member from Enugu-Nanka, being a son of Ezokwe Ezoforoya clan, Chief Jacob Enemo thanked God that they are alive to witness this year's New Yam Festival, praying for bumper harvest the coming year. Chief Enemo, who was given an award at the event for giving scholarships and jobs to their children and beyond over the years, said that the award has spurred him to do more for his people, praying God to bless Nanka land. On his part, Prince Okomata, a pharmacist who was also given an award for giving their people the best medical services at all times, said nothing is as good as being together with one's kit and cane, saying that it rejuvenates the spirit of unity, love and understanding among brothers, as always the case with descendants of Ezokwe Ezofo dynasty. Prince Okomata appreciated Governor Chukwuma Soludo for all he is doing in terms of road construction, urging him not to give in to distractions but to remain focused so as to deliver all his promises to the Anambra. Another son of the Ezokwe Ezoforoyo family, Prince Chinedu Enemo, said he had to travel from far to be part of this year's New Yam Festival in order to partake in the royal prayers offered to God and their ancestors, even as he prayed for every Onye-Enugu-Nanka to be blessed beyond measures. The chairman of the occasion, Barrister Odinaka Obiora, while thanking God for bountiful harvest this year, urged them to always be upright and stand up for their rights. Egedege Obo and Manguna Star entertained people during the festival. From Enugu-Nanka, in Orumba North local government area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Away now from state stories, the Nigerian Army and the British government have expressed readiness to strengthen ties on personnel training and equipment acquisition. The resolution was reached when the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, received in audience the United Kingdom Minister of State for Armed Forces and Veterans, Mr. James Stephen Hiepe, and his entourage at the Army headquarters in Abuja. The COAS stated that the collaboration would provide the opportunity for the NA to share in the British Army's rich experience and expertise in diverse areas such as counter-terrorism, peace support, logistics and intelligence, among others. The Army Chief also averred that the acquisition of quality equipment and technology through this partnership is expected to improve the operational efficiency and effectiveness of the Nigerian Army in addressing current and emerging security challenges within the country and the sub-region. On the foreign scene, Japan has begun its controversial discharge of treated wastewater from the Fukushima nuclear plant into the Pacific Ocean, sparking protests in the region and retaliation from Beijing. China is the biggest buyer of the seafood from Japan and said it would block all such imports. Japan says the water is safe and many scientists agree. The UN's nuclear watchdog has also approved the plan, but critics say more studies need to be done and the release should be halted. More than 1 million tons of water stored at the nuclear plant will be discharged over the next 30 years. China, which has been the most vocal of opponents since the plan was announced 2 years ago, called the water discharge an extremely selfish and irresponsible act, and said Japan was passing an open wound onto the future generations of humanity. Shortly afterwards, China's Customs Office announced that an existing ban on seafood imports from Fukushima and some prefectures would be immediately extended to cover the whole of Japan to protect the health of Chinese consumers. On sport news, English Premier League club Crystal Palace are set to table a bid for Leicester City striker Kelechi Iheanacho. According to several sources, Crystal Palace are planning to make a bid to about £12 million or £13 million for the Nigerian international, and Leicester City will be willing to come to terms with the club. The 24-year-old has a year left on his current contract and is unwilling to play in the Sky Bet Championship this season after Leicester City were relegated to second division football last season. In the coming days, Crystal Palace will be willing to get the services of the forward, as he is viewed as a replacement for Jean-Philippe Mateta, who is on the verge of leaving the club for either Leipzig or Borussia Dortmund. And with that sports news, we conclude. But remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Awka, on Twitter at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. First set of secondary school students have been trained on basic life skills in Awka. Over 1,000 members of the Isuanocha community has held peaceful protests in front of Government House, Awka. Nigerian Army has collaborated with British government on personnel training and equipment acquisition. And from the foreign scene, we brought you reports that Chinese government have protested against Japan's disposal of treated nuclear water into Pacific Ocean. And the special message again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Wokoye. Good morning.